Yo, what's going on, homies? It's your boy Stumped back from the OPTC video, and in today's video, taking a look at Pirate Rumble in episode 9 of the How to OPTC series. I'm going to be releasing this at the same time as episode 8 because I totally realized that I hadn't done a video on Pirate Rumble and I released a Grand Party video, so I wanted to get them out at the same time so it actually makes sense to you guys. If you guys are watching this video or you watched the Grand Party video first, make sure to come check this one out. Well, if you check that one out first, then sick. If you haven't checked that one out, make sure to go check that out. You guys get what I'm saying. But in today's video, we're going to be going through the Pirate Rumble setup a little bit later down the line. Now, I've done some matches in the setup of this series and sort of like on the how-to when you are sort of building out PvP. Now, every day you're going to get 3 of these little nodes, and they're going to help you do PvP matches. Head over to the Lesson Times playlist as well, the series that we did with the OPTC content creators. I believe Rogers Bakes made a video on the basics of Pirate Rumble, so hopefully that'll help you out, but we're just going to go through some of it today. So, as you can see, every single day you get 3 fights. They will replenish every 24 hours, but you can use gems to actually get these up. Now, every single season, you get a bunch of rewards just by playing PvP. So when you use a challenge permit a whole bunch of times, you will get a bunch of rewards all the way up to using 100 permits. Now, you ideally want to try and hit this every single season. This replenishes from Block A, Block B, Block C, and then into either the Expedition or the Championship. So you'll be able to do this across the board, across all of them. And you can do it with your free fights as well. You also get ranking rewards as well, as you can see here. For Championship, you get more rewards. Exhibition, you get a lot of rewards. And then Qualification, you get rewards as well. Ideally, if you want the highest amount of rewards, you want to rank in Championship. But the upside to ranking more than anything is it allows you to get a bunch of extra stuff for your your Gather Island. So not your extra island, sorry. Your Gather Island over here. So once you get your Gather Island stuff, you can level up a bunch of spots. And then when you hit upgrade, as you can see, you need to get a particular Pirate Rumble ranking to actually level up these particular spots. These give you a whole bunch of stuff. They obviously have a bunch of stuff for your Chopper Man missions you have to do as well. And that's pretty much where I've done the crux of these particular videos. So hopefully you guys check them out. But we're just going to touch on some different stuff when it comes to the Pirate Rumble game mode, because it's something you will be doing every single day. Now, once you start building up some characters in your box, you can start building out some teams. Now, you do want to set up a defense team. This particular defense team is going to be the one that other people fight. So we're going to put up a defense team. Now, ideally, when you are building teams in PvP, is you want to have as much synergy as possible. So when you guys start the game, you're pretty much going to have a bunch of Psy Straw Hats. These ones here. These are going to be the characters that are going to help you guys in PvP. They're going to be very, very good. So we're going to slap all of these ones onto a team. And then we're going to go from there. So we're going to stick the Robin on. This Robin here. This Jimbo as well. And I believe that is all of the Straw Hats besides Chopper. I believe that's all of them besides Chopper. So we're just going to do this for now. Once you hit defend edit, this team is going to sit up. And then when people try and attack you, if you click on rival match, this is where you will see what fights you actually have. Now, your fight will come up for people here, and they can actually fight you. Now, as you get more and more wins, these win tickets will actually get higher and higher and higher. And at the start of a series, it just gets easier and easier, and then it gets harder and harder. So we're going to click on this attack button here. This is going to be the team that we are using. As you guys start building up your box, you can start building out different teams. But to start off with, you're probably going to have a team that looks a little bit like this. We're going to put Sanji on this team because Sanji is a really good PvP unit. And I'm going to bring Frankie to the back, and I'll bring Brooke to the front. And Chopper can go there. Cool. So once you first start, your team's going to look a little bit like this kind of thing, because these are the characters that you start with. They all did get a fantastic buff for PvP, as long as you have a Luffy on the team, so you do want to keep him around. I am going to actually change you to there. Okay, let's do that. So, once you have your attacking team, you can click on Rival Match. You're going to go in, and then you are going to fight fight a team. Now, stereotypically, this bottom fight is the hardest. Stereotypically, this top fight is the easiest. So we're going to fight this one here because you want to try and get as many wins as you possibly can in the early stages. Don't think you have to go for the crazy-ass fight down the bottom every single time just because it gives you the most rewards. It's nice getting the most rewards, but it's not essential to get the most rewards. So don't stress if you can't beat that bottom slot. Not everyone is going to be able to beat that bottom slot. So just be mindful of that when you guys are fighting these particular fights. If you have to fight the top one, that's a-okay. It's no worry whatsoever because you just want to try and use your challenge permits as well as get as many wins as possible for your Chopper Man missions. Very important that you do those. Once you hit Master, you do have to do a bunch every single day. So we are sort of building up our stats here. Zora does some good damage, and as you can see, we're getting some easy kills. Now, this is obviously a very easy team, so it wasn't a big deal with actually taking this particular fight down, but the fights will get harder and harder and harder as you start getting up some ranks, as you can see here, and you actually start getting up some tickets. Every day when you actually enter a Pirate Mobile match, you get rewards as well. So you really want to make sure that you're actually doing all these fights every single day, because look, they are just free rewards at the end of the day. As you can see now, the fights have started to get a little bit harder. Characters like Roger, Straw Hat Crew V2 are now popping up. Quick Kaido's here. That's a character that's kind of scary. But this particular fight here doesn't look all that bad. This Luffy can cause havoc, and having their characters maxed could be a bit of an issue. But fighting these fights here is definitely something that we don't want to do. However, you can hit this update button. This update button in the corner here is actually just going to re-roll and refresh the character list, and it's going to help you guys find fights that might be just a little bit easier to actually take down. So we're just going to hit the update button until we find something that we know that we can take down. There's the new Zoro there. We don't want to fight that. Ashura Zoro is definitely a scary character. Top Musica, Sai Odin is something you definitely want to stay away from. 6+ Roger is definitely a big no-no, but this particular squad right here, it does look a little bit janky. Sometimes janky's good, sometimes janky's bad. Not always janky is always janky though, right? So let's dive in. Now, as you guys get more and more characters as well, you can start building out better teams. And we're going to go through that after this fight, because if you guys either summoned on the beginner banner, the 72-hour banner, and picked up stuff like Sai Yamato or Roger, Straw Hat Crew, V1 Odin, all those characters are very, very good. However, just slapping good characters on a team isn't exactly going to get you a very good team. Now, the beautiful thing about the Sai Straw Hats and why they all work so well is they all have very good synergy within the Sai typing. They boost Sai characters' attack, they boost Sai characters' defense, they boost Sai characters' HP. They all work incredibly well when you have a Luffy on the team. However, when you are running a monocolor team, it means that you need a lot of scrolls to level up your characters and get their abilities and their specials to the max level. And if all characters need Sai scrolls, it is going to start getting very expensive for your characters to get leveled up. So running rainbow teams early, or teams that are a little bit janky but have very good synergy at the same time, is the best way to not only level up your characters, but to evenly distribute your levels amongst all of your units. So after this fight's done, we're just going to go through that. Unfortunately, we can't skip fights here because this is a ranking based event. If we could skip, it would just make like the rankers just go absolutely crazy. But as you can see here, our synergy team worked exceptionally well against the janky team, and we actually got the dub. So let's take a look at our team now, and let's see why it's synergizing so well. So if we head back over to that attack tab, okay, let's get our rewards. Thank you very much. Cheers. We head back over to this attack tab over here, and we look at our setup. We can look at our Luffy, and this is where we have our Rumble ability and we have our Rumble special. So Luffy's Rumble ability at level 5 gives crit percent up level 6, attack up level 6, and HP up level 3, all to Sai characters. As long as they're of the Sai variant, all characters will receive this. His special at level 10 is going to target enemies within a medium range for 2500 fixed damage. When HP is below 50%, targets himself for attack up level 6 and speed up level 6. So ideally, you kind of want him to be at low HP. So we might actually move him into the middle so he takes more shots. Next, we've got Sanji. Sanji is going to boost Sai teammates' HP. And then as you can see, he does speed if you have a Luffy. And then he does some Sai buffing with his special. You've then got Zoro. Zoro does Sai teammates' attack up. And if you have a Luffy, he does speed. His special. As you can see here, he just does a whole bunch of damage, and if you have Luffy on the team. So as you can see, the Straw Hats, they all work incredibly well when it comes to working on a side team and with a Luffy. Now, as you saw with Luffy, Luffy has the ability, or has better abilities if he actually takes damage. So you do want him to take more shots. And the way that the team actually operates when it comes to the lineup is the character in the middle, this character right here, will stereotypically stand at the front and be the one that takes the most damage. Now, this character here is the one that you want to be the most defensive, or a character that has an ability, just like Luffy, to be at a low HP threshold. Ideally, though, you don't want this character to die if it is one of your better characters. The next two characters on the outside will kind of sit just on the outside of this unit. Kind of like the Mighty Duck V formation, where this unit will sit right at the front, this unit will sit here, this unit will sit here, and then these two units here will hide at the back. So your wonky and your squishy units, like Chopper and Brook, we want them to sit on the outside. Then we want our monster trio in the middle, Sanji and Zoro, because they have a bunch more HP, and they can take a lot more shots than what Brook and what Chopper can. Once these units die, your bench units come in, and they actually come through. You have a cost of 300, so you need to stay under that cost, and characters like Legends are going to cost a lot more. If we slide over to this particular team, I have put together more of a Dex-centric team, and as you can see, we have a bunch of Legends on the team. We have Cat Viper, he boosts Dex-type allies. We then have Super Tenem Luffy. This particular guy's an absolute demon in Rumble. He also boosts Dex-type allies. We have Queen, a very good defensive Dex-type unit. But these characters are all Legends. They have a 55 cost. We have a great nuker in the back with Zoro, and this is going to bring our cost level up high. Fortnite characters like Shanks and Dogstorm, these two units here, are worth 20 cost. Same with Carrot. And then this character here called a PvP rare recruit being Frankie is actually cost 20 as well. Now, these rare recruits are exceptional. They're fantastic characters that you can only pick up on a PvP banner, and they round out your PvP teams very, very nicely. So doing the discount on those PvP banners does not go astray, and I have showcased that in some of my previous videos as well. I would highly recommend doing that. But again, this is a full Dex team. It's going to take a lot of Dex scrolls to max this team out. So if you can put together a team that kind of uses a variety of colors, that's going to be in your best interest. Now, this particular team is really cool because you can actually get given this particular Odin at the start of the game as long as you log in for 15 days. He boosts Slasher-type teammates CT speed up level 5 and attack up level 5. So you can build out a team that has Slashers on it that works really nicely. Now, I got lucky enough during the 9th anniversary and I actually pulled Whitebeard and Roger, one of the best PvP characters in the game. He also boosts Slashers and Cyan Int. But because Odin is a strength character, Whitebeard and Roger are an int and a psi character, I can use different posters on these units to actually level them up. Another unit I got very lucky to pull is actually Luffy Yamato. They are a rainbow booster. They boost your entire team, and then they also boost free spirit characters, but they're a strength and a dex character, so you can use different types of scrolls on them too. Finally, I have the free-to-play characters of Mihawk and Zoro. These characters are great, very good additions. They're both slashers as well, which work exceptionally with these two characters here being Whitebeard, Roger, and Odin. And then we have a nuker in Zoro in the back who's also a slasher. So, as you can see, a bunch of different characters that can use a bunch of different scrolls, and they all work very, very nicely. So when leveling up a character's Rumble stats, basically what you want to do is click on the character, hit the power up menu, and head over to Rumble Special Ability. And this is where you have a bunch of Rumble scrolls. Now, scrolls of the same color are going to give more XP. So with Whitebeard and Roger, if we use Psi scrolls, if we use Int scrolls, they are going to work. Dual units, you can use either color, and you're going to get a bonus amount of XP, and it works exceptionally nicely. Also, stats like special levels, as well as like tomes, these sockets, these limit break abilities, the character's level, all of this kind of stuff goes into their Rumble stats. So on your Rumble teams, you really want to have these characters maxed out, whether it's all of your sockets being 5, 5, 5, 5, having your character fully limit broken and having these abilities leveled up to level 5, as well as having stuff like Cotton Candy or special levels as well. So as you can see, I've only got this unit at special level 5, so we do really want to actually get that up on top of their PvP abilities and their PvP special level. That's also going to help out the character. So if you do level up these abilities, once you head back over to the Rumble tab, you'll see that their stats have increased. So now that we've leveled up Whitebeard Roger, their stats have gone up a little bit. They're a very, very, very good unit, so we're going to hide them at the back. And now let's use this different team to actually take on another team that we come up against. Let's fight this one right here. Like I said, stereotypically, you'll be fighting the top team most of the time, and that's basically what I've been doing as well, just to sort of guarantee my wins. But I have been working on this particular Rumble team, and it is quite nice. The free-to-play, not Zoro, the free-to-play Mihawk and the free-to-play Dofi, they work exceptionally for slashes. They're also dex-based units, so you can use different scrolls like Strength on Odin, Sign Int on Whitebeard Roger. I've been using Strength on Luffy Yamato, and then I've been using some of my my dex ones on the Dofi and the Mihawk. Now, the reason these characters are so good is because Dofi can actually give cooldowns, and Mihawk can do a big HP cut, and the cooldowns work exceptionally well because they actually give a lot of cooldowns to Odin as well as Whitebeard and Roger. Now, Whitebeard and Roger have one of the best Rumble specials in the entire game, and Odin can do a lot of damage with his special as well. So, as you can see there, Odin actually took out a bunch of characters. That was really, really handy. We also got Luffy and Zoro quite low as well, so that's actually really, really good. We are going to take a few shots here, but that's okay. Because once Whitebeard and Roger goes, they not only do a huge HP cut, but then they do a huge shot that goes through defense. And as you can see, we took out 2 of their units. Stereotypically, they kill 2 units no matter what. And at this particular point, we've basically just wrapped up this fight. Luffy Yamato are going to clutch it out. Well, not really clutch it out. They're just going to finish it off. And that's going to wrap up the PvP tutorial. So hopefully this one helps you out, guys. I know PvP is a game mode a lot of people love to play, but a game mode that a lot of people struggle with. But if you enjoyed the video, belt the like button, go down there, hit the subscribe button, do all that good stuff for me. Most importantly, though, wherever you guys are in this beautiful world, please remember to enjoy the rest of your day. Best of luck with PvP and Grand Party. Hopefully you guys get some wins and you can build up your account. But, as always, thank you for watching, and I'll catch you all in the next one. Let's